Jason Richardson is a phenomenal guitarist. He's going to be there supporting the whole thing. Tickets, info, everything at axs.com. Car 10, this pair of tickets for you for the Baby Clock Tour in a couple of weeks. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
If he sounds super excited to see you,
Hey, what's up?
remember, he is a paid performer.
As a broadcaster, he's real good.
Alan Cox on 100.7 WMMS.
Maybe I'll play some Death Clock tomorrow night. You know, we're doing 2 hours to midnight Saturday night, not tomorrow night. I'm already ahead of myself. My apologies, boy. If there's something metal fans hate, it's not being prompt. Saturdays from 10 to midnight, me, Corey Roddick, Pat Butler get in here and play you 120 minutes of nothing but metal. Put local music in there, brand new stuff, throw some classics at you, too. Brian gonna go see Death Clock?
Probably not.
Oh, come on. William Murderface and Nathan Explosion and Toki Wartooth and nothing?
I don't even know what that means.
That's the band.
Oh.
Those are the guys in the band.
Then yes, now that I know that information.
All right. That's all it took. Yeah, those Death Clock shows are pretty wild, boy. Because they have actual musicians, obviously, playing. But it's largely a cartoon. It's kind of like if Gorillaz was a metal band, right?
Yeah.
But, and they've been around a minute. Death Clock's been over there on Adult Swim for a long, long time. And then they left, and they brought him back. There's like a film coming out next month or something. Army of the Doomstar. That'll be fun, too. Guardians split that series. It was only 2 games down in Cincinnati. They won the first one, lost last night. 7-2 is the final. So they'll start up tonight here at home for the next week. They'll play the Tigers for 4 games, and then they'll do a 3-game series against the Dodgers. And then they'll get on the road next week to play the Blue Jays in Toronto. So tonight, 7:15, Tigers, Guardians at Progressive Field. And if you want to get yourself some cool gear, remember all month long at CLE Clothing Company, you can use the promo code FLASH for 20% off whatever it is that you want to get. Now, if you were to look at your receipt or have some items in your hand, if you were in the store, again, do this online, you'll just see, everything added up in your cart. But in store, you'd obviously kind of know in your head.
Okay.
And then when you would want to try to find the percentage you would save, you'd text Mary and go, hey, my bill is this. What's 20% off going to be?
$50 million.
So you could probably get yourself all of the CLE Clothing Company locations for $50 million.
Yeah.
But don't do that. Don't do that. Just save yourself a bit of money.
I did the math on that Margot Robbie thing, by the way, and $50 million is 5% of $1 billion. Yeah, but I said it right the first time.
No, you can't say it right after I say it right.
Wait, what?
I did the math.
I did it first.
Right,
But you initially
I did it one time and I did
I
it
said
right.
20 because I divided 100 million by 50 million, or 1 billion by 50 million. It was 20.
Yeah.
And I should have known that means 5%.
You should have, but you
But you didn't.
But Bill
didn't.
can't claim it now
Why?
after I already said
I
it.
just did.
Wait, he can't claim it now?
He can't say he figured it out. Because after I
I
said
did
20%,
figure it out.
then
But
I
he
sat
did
there and I was like, no, it's not 20%, it's 5%.
But he did figure it out.
But he didn't. I already said it.
But I
that's-
still figured it out.
doesn't mean
Didn't
that-
figure it out.
But
You
that doesn't-
heard me say it.
No, I did the math myself,
in the break.
Oh my
and I
God.
figured it out.
2 things can
You
be true.
also figured it out.
Yes, you
I
both
just
figured it
also
out.
figured it out. I just figured it out on my first try, and I didn't say the
After
wrong
you
answer.
heard me figure it out on my second try.
It
Yeah.
wasn't your second try.
Yes, it was.
We were going back and
Oh
forth
my
for a
God,
good 30
I am
seconds.
the only person who listens to this show. It's like when you guys were convinced I said, what's that movie, Twins, with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And I did not say that. No
Yeah.
one else listens to the show. It's
Well,
just me.
I'm doing a few things back here, so if I miss
Well,
a
then
couple
stop
of things,
questioning me.
And you're
I'm not. I'm never going to stop questioning you.
You have to.
No.
It's my right.
and I'm doing a
Please.
bit.
It's
So
liberty. It's liberty and justice. And
Your
you
body,
need to
my
stop.
choice. You know how it goes in
I got it
here.
right on my first try.
My Fourth Amendment right to not be questioned.
Uh-huh. What's a Fourth Amendment again?
Not be questioned. Thou shalt
Yeah.
not be questioned.
Thou shalt not. Oh, wow. You're one of those. Let's just replace the Constitution with the Bible. Yeah.
And
All right.
She thinks I want one of these as in my life.
A Bible.
No, a woman.
They don't have to be like me. You probably prefer it if they weren't. Honestly, you already have a me.
Why
Yeah,
don't
that's
you
a little
ever?
much.
Why don't you ever set Bill up?
I don't have any friends that are single.
All
And
your
why
friends
is
are
that?
married? Yeah. Misery
Because
loves
I
company?
quit drinking and moved to the suburbs to be a stepmom in a relationship.
Oh.
None of them are in a rocky relationship. Come on.
What?
You can't nudge them.
Wait, so you want to, right. So you want to drag Bill into that and you think
No.
that's what'll make him happy?
And not at all.
Oh.
Not at any point did I tell him to marry Brian and move to Berea. I didn't say that.
You know what
You
I'm
think
saying.
he would if I asked?
Maybe. He's not big on marriage. He might be. He's coming around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what if I stole Brian from you? How
He
bad
would
would you
never
be?
steal Brian from me.
You don't know.
I don't know. I feel
Oh,
like
did you
I'm not
see-
as naggy about him as you are.
Did you see how cute he looked yesterday in his backwards hat on my Instagram story? He was getting away with murder with me yesterday. And I was like,
Is that a question you're
so hot.
actually asking us?
I'm
or
asking Bill that because
Ah.
he's saying he's going to steal Brian. So I'm asking if he saw how hot he
How
looked.
I
cute
would
he
like him to
looks.
grow his hair super duper long.
Do not say that
And-
because he has brought that up in the past. And
I
it
would
is
like
not
it
an
to be
option.
long, and I like him to have dreadlocks.
No,
so.
not an option.
Dreadlocks. Wants him
But
to look
only
like.
on the top. I want the sides shaved, and then
Like a
braids on
mohawk
the
of
top.
dreadlocks.
Mhm.
Oh, boy.
That's his best look.
He's never had that look.
I know, but once he does it, it's gonna be his best look.
Got it.
Like the guy from The Offspring in the '90s. He kind of had that look.
Or Kai, the hatchet killer.
Did he
Oh,
have
yeah.
that?
I just watched a documentary on him.
Mary's like, guess what we're not going to do tonight? Smash, smash, smash. Because I don't like your hair.
Yeah, no.
Or Justin Bieber back in the day. He had white boy dreadlocks. But he didn't know any better. He was a young man, and he was desperate to find himself. It's the grown men walking around with white boy dreadlocks that should be summarily rounded up and subjected to something mildly painful. Alan, I just think that today is a heavy flow day for Mary, so
I'm
leave
not
her
on
alone.
my period today. It
I'm
ended.
trying to give you an out.
Nope.
With the
Just
audience.
being a bitch.
Ahem.
Just agitated. That's all.
Mhm.
Alan, I just want to say, tell Mary it's all good about her dad. I lost my mom almost 4 years ago, and there's just days where you lose it. You can't hold it together. It's gonna happen. It sucks. This is Chris from Binghamton.
There's Chris in
Thanks,
Binghamton,
Chris.
New York,
From
who's
Binghamton.
on your side.
Yeah, grief sucks. It's not linear. It's all a mess. Everything sucks. That's why I'm trying to fix Bill's life.
My life that I'm very happy with.
Yeah, I know.
The life that I am just loving and crushing right now.
I need to ruin
You're
it.
like, you do this stuff, doing what's making you happy, and do the things that I want you to do.
No, but all jokes aside,
They have been.
what is the impetus, Mary, to look at Bill and say, I need to fix that?
Nothing. This is all a joke.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I don't care what Bill does.
But you dig your heels into that stuff.
For radio, Alan, I'm very good at my job.
Please.
You think
Don't
I
do it,
truly
Chris.
care
Don't
who
talk
Bill
to
is
me
with?
like I'm in kindergarten. Huh?
I don't care who Bill dates.
Not who
I've-
he
I've told
dates.
him
Not who he
100
dates.
times.
You have some clear thoughts though on the direction he should be pointing himself.
No, I don't care what Bill does.
Oh, you don't care
No,
what he does.
not at all.
Oh.
I tell him every time I disagree
Then
with
I'm
something,
coming for Brian.
and I'm almost always right.
You what?
I said I tell him every time he tells me what he's about to do, and I'm like, that's not a good idea. And then
But
he does it
that's
anyway.
what
and
I'm
then
talking about.
almost always
Why
right.
do you have an
Like
opinion
what?
on it?
Because we're friends.
What?
I don't have an opinion on what my friends do.
Then you're not a very good
That's
friend.
why you're a
I'm
better
a
friend.
great friend.
No, that makes you
Yes.
a worse friend.
I like
Because I don't have dumb opinions about what they should do.
Alan,
Yeah.
I would consider us friends for the past 10 years, and you've told me to do nothing, and I appreciate it.
Because I appreciate our friendship.
Mhm.
See that, Mary?
Sure.
Done and done.
You dated a woman one time who had very recently gotten a divorce, and I told you that was not a good idea, and it did not end well.
Who is that?
Are you serious?
Oh, my last girlfriend?
I wasn't going to say that. I was trying to make it more vague. I was trying to make it more vague, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I had some good times.
Your last girlfriend had just gotten a divorce?
Like
Huh?
a couple months before they got together.
All right, well, maybe that's part of his kink.
Well, and I said, hey, man, that's probably not a great idea.
Yeah, huh?
It's probably not going to end how you think it's going to end.
Why
No,
did you think,
It kind of ended how I thought it was going to end.
but why did you think he wouldn't know that?
I'm not trying to tell him something he doesn't know.
No, but
I
you,
was just saying,
but
hey, as your friend, I
you
don't think this is a
verbalized
good
it.
idea.
Yeah.
You don't tell your friends when you think they're making a mistake?
no, nobody told me.
Well, that's why you don't have very good friends.
I have great friends. I
Not
just
if
don't,
they didn't tell you that you're about to
I
make a mistake.
don't have many friends, but the ones I have are great. They're
Well,
not
we have
telling
different-
me. They're not telling me what to do.
I never told him what to do. I said, I don't think this is a good idea. He
And
very
why
clearly
would
didn't
that
listen to me.
information be valuable to him?
I feel that friends should share opinions with you and say, hey, I've known you a long time. I care about you. This is what I think.
My friend is the one that told me I like skeleton face white boys when I was like showing her my Facebook dating
That's
profiles.
a good friend.
This is what I'm talking
Because
about.
that's just like
Friends should
But
tell
that,
you things
yeah,
like
but
you still
that.
Poundcake,
gotta
your
do
friend
things.
was just making a comment. She wasn't saying that you shouldn't do
I
something.
did not. Can you stop saying that? At no point did I tell Bill you should not date this person.
It's a bad
I said,
idea. Is
I
the
don't
same
think
thing.
This is a good idea.
That's an implication. It's the same thing.
No, because
I don't think that's a good idea.
In implications or tone. And
I
now
don't
all of
think
a sudden I'm overstepping.
Implication and
because
tone
of
are
an
not the same
implication.
thing.
All
if
I
you
said.
if you verbalize an opinion, I don't think you should do that. Why verbalize the opinion?
Because
And
he's a
also-
friend of mine.
But he's not going to listen to you.
So I don't care if he's going to listen to me or
Well,
not.
then why waste the breath?
So I can tell him I told you so when it goes up in flames.
There it is. That's what I'm trying to get to. Don't make me dig so hard.
Then don't-
You know what I'm
Don't
getting
dance
at.
around the question then.
I'm not. I'm trying to get you to get there.
I know
I
the
told
answers.
you so.
I know the answers.
She likes the I told you so's.
I love
Why?
it. I told you so. It's one of my
Why?
favorite things on the planet to say.
But why?
Because no one listens
There's no
to me.
prize for I told you so.
There is a prize in my heart where I was right and you didn't listen to me.
If
So I
you-
need you to know that you were wrong.
But then everybody ends up just thinking you're a pain in the ass.
I'm not a pain in the ass if I'm right.
If you're telling everybody I told
How
you
am
so,
I a pain in the ass because I'm right?
because who cares if you're right? Other
I
than
tried
you.
to warn you ahead of time. You didn't listen. Now you get what you deserve.
In
What,
retrospect,
happiness?
right?
But I'm very happy right now.
Mary, this is why me and you are such soulmates.
But you're
Because
only
we're on
right-
the same platform.
You're only right in retrospect.
But no. I was right to begin with.
But you didn't know that.
I did.
No,
I
you
wouldn't have said it
only-
if I didn't believe
you
it.
Believe and know are two different things. You didn't know it until it was in retrospect. He could have gotten married, and then who are you going to say I told you so to? You're going to wait until
They
they get
wouldn't get
divorced
married.
and then say I told you so?
Yeah.
You're going to kick the I told you so can down the road?
100%.
What's the upside of I told you so?
I'm Mary Brian,
I
and then
just told you.
I
You're not
told you
gonna marry
so.
Brian.
So in your head, when you're right,
He'd do it for the bit.
No, you would not.
Yeah, he would because he's funny.
in your head, when you're right, you go, I told you so. That's
Yeah.
for you.
Yes. I'm not
The
denying
other-
that it's for me.
But why?
Because I'm right. How is this so confusing to you?
But what's the point? Being right is great when there's an end goal to it. Being right is great when you can maybe amend your own behavior or when there is something beyond that. In and of itself, what's the payoff?
The payoff is letting you know maybe next time pay attention to what I say.
But they're not going to do that.
Okay.
So why waste the breath?
Because it's not a wasted breath to me. It's a wasted breath to you, but it's not a wasted breath to me.
You want people to
But I also
go,
didn't hate the last year that I was with her. Like it was, like I'm relieved that it's over, but there was a lot of good too.
and what is your
Things can
perspective?
be complicated.
What
like
is-
that.
Yeah.
Bill, what is your takeaway from Mary being right?
She's obviously in love with me.
Oh my God. So gross.
I mean, did you have a lot of people telling you "I told you so" when they told you should stop drinking and you didn't?
Nobody ever told me to stop drinking.
No. So you got some great friends. Everybody probably told you to stop drinking.
Literally
Nobody
drove to your
ever.
house.
Did they
Nobody
all
ever
say "I
said
told you so"?
Not one single person said you should probably quit
Uh
drinking.
huh.
So
Did they say "I told you
if
so"?
they would have,
Uh
then maybe, yeah.
huh.
But nobody cared about me enough to tell me to stop drinking.
I
I actually
see.
had people who stopped being my friends when I quit drinking.
Yeah.
So opposite.
Yeah, you weren't as fun.
See, there's one of them.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh, your soulmate?
Yeah.
but still, it's like, but you understand that.
What?
Well, if the relationship is based on going out
Oh,
and getting
yeah,
drunk,
no, I know
they're not
that.
going to hang out. I
Yeah.
mean.
But I didn't know that at the time. There
Right.
were people I were referring to as my good friends.
You didn't know
I-
that was the only thing you had in
right.
common.
That well, we were hanging out 3 times a week. I'm like, man, these are some of my really good friends. We hang out all the time.
Oh, wow.
And then I quit
Yeah.
drinking, and I didn't
Yeah.
hear from them for 6 months. I was like, oh, you still doing that sober thing? You gonna stop being a pussy and come out? I'm like, oh, well, trying to fix my life.
Wow.
It was funny though, because like when I would see you at the events that you would attend, and you would be like plastered drunk, and then you decided to get sober. This was right around the time where you got like on the show. I asked Bill, I said, "Was Mary really that bad?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." He was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh yeah." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Obviously, I saw you drunk at events, but I didn't know you well enough to like hang out with you
That was
personally."
like 6 days a week.
Wow. Okay. Because that was like the night you came with us at the corner alley, and then you got your purse stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone spent $80 at a gas station that day.
Right. On your card.
That's what flagged it. But yeah, no one ever told me to quit drinking. So I would welcome with open arms the "I told you so's" if anybody ever would have said it.
If I knew you better, I'd be like,
Yeah. Nobody ever told her. Well,
I definitely didn't have an intervention at my dad's house one time. So
Mhm.
maybe if they tried to step in earlier, I wouldn't be in this position.
It is their fault. That's
I
my
know that.
takeaway. Yeah.
That's what therapy's teaching me.
And
Blame
also-
other people.
There you
think-
go.
You think
See?
I'm going to take advice from a drunk?
I'm a past
Former
drunk.
drunk Bill.
Reformed.
You're always
you
an
go.
alcoholic, though.
I
You
am.
are always
Yeah.
in recovery. That's right.
Yes.
You're never an ex-alcoholic.
And maybe I don't look at relationships like, oh, okay, this is the end of the world. Like once a relationship is over, I move on and I'm fine. Like I'm not that guy that like dwells on stuff and like I'm like, oh no.
There's always a next person. Always.
And even if there's not, I'm fine. Like I'm really enjoying my life right now. And I enjoyed my life the past. I've enjoyed my life.
Good.
Ever since stopped being Mormon, that was the crux.
It's like the last 30 years have been
Yep.
awesome.
When he stopped drinking that
20,
Kool-Aid.
yeah.
All right, let me break here. Want to send a text for something, 35192. I'll have those air show passes for you a little bit later on. They do that, of course, out at Burke Lakefront over the Labor Day weekend, so we'll hook that up. And if you want to watch, you can at alancoxshow.com. Listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
Rover's Morning Glory.
A pilot collapsed and died in